Welcome to Time to Buy or Sell by Weichert Realtors Sierra Pacific Group. Today we will be discussing the local community and local life in Sacramento.
Thanks for having me. It's a great topic.
And thank you so much for tuning in. If you picture the ultimate California lifestyle, you're probably thinking of multi-million-dollar beach houses or maybe gridlocked LA highways.
Right, yeah. Or the Bay Area.
Exactly. But what if the smartest place to buy right now isn't on the coast at all? Today, our mission for this deep dive is to unpack the reality of living in Sacramento. We really want to blend those everyday lifestyle vibes with a practical real estate check for today's market.
Which is so needed right now. Because Sacramento, it's what really forces you to redefine what you want out of West Coast living. You're looking at a place that balances big city perks with a surprisingly approachable pace.
I keep thinking of it as the Goldilocks city of California.
I like that.
Right, because it avoids the sheer chaos and the wild price tags of places like San Francisco, but it still offers this powerhouse job market, especially with those massive government and healthcare sectors anchoring the local economy.
Oh, absolutely. And that economic stability is basically the engine behind the lifestyle. Because those jobs provide a steady foundation, you see the community investing heavily in quality of life. Like, Sacramento is America's farm-to-fork capital.
The food scene is just incredible.
It really is. Plus, the access to the outdoors is staggering. I mean, we are talking about 237 parks.
Wait, 237? That is a lot.
Right. Places like McKinley Park and Discovery Park are just absolute havens.
Which sounds incredible on paper, but let's keep it real for a second. The weather isn't just, a perpetual coastal breeze. Sacramento sits in a valley.
Yeah, the valley geography is a huge factor.
So you're staring down summer days that regularly live in the 90s, and because of that valley bowl effect, the air can literally get trapped. Like during wildfire season, air quality becomes a very tangible daily issue.
It does. The trade-off for having mild winters and abundant sunshine is dealing with those trapped summer heat waves, which makes finding your specific just right neighborhood incredibly important.
No, for sure.
Because the vibe and the actual environment shifts drastically depending on where you drop your pin.
Well, let's look at Midtown. It boasts a walk score of 94 out of 100.
Which is huge for California.
It really is. For anyone unfamiliar, that means you can basically ditch your car for daily errands. Coffee shops, groceries, nightlife, it's all right out your front door.
But then you contrast that with East Sacramento or Land Park, where you're trading that bustling walkability for quiet, historic, tree-lined streets.
Beautiful areas, but the dynamic changes entirely when you look at the suburbs. Places like Elk Grove, Rocklin, and Folsom are massive draws for families.
Mostly because they're prioritizing top-tier schools and, sheer square footage.
Right. Or, for more affordable entry points, you have places like Natomas and Rancho Cordova.
Yeah.
But here's where I have to play devil's advocate. Sacramento is famously car-dependent. The city overall has a transit score of just 34.
Yeah, public transit simply isn't a reliable option for most daily commutes.
So if I'm a buyer, isn't trading the urban core for a spacious suburb like Elk Grove just a brutal compromise? I'm basically chaining myself to my car.
It sounds like a brutal compromise until you look at how the local economy is physically laid out. Remember those healthcare and government sectors we mentioned?
Yeah.
They are highly dispersed. So you aren't necessarily fighting traffic into a single dense downtown center like you would in Manhattan or even San Francisco.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, the drive from a suburb to a regional hospital or satellite office is often a very predictable, manageable routine.
Okay, that dispersed job market actually explains a lot about the real estate reality right now. Knowing where you want to live is one thing, but buying there is another.
Right.
The market has noticeably calmed down from that absolute frenzy we saw from 2021 to 2023.
Definitely. We are seeing the mechanics of higher interest rates play out in real time because rates are sitting around 6.36% right now. Borrowing money is significantly more expensive.
So things are slowing down a bit.
Exactly. Homes sit on the market a little longer, which has allowed inventory to slowly rebuild to over 3,300 listings countywide. And the median list price is hovering around $549,000.
For a buyer who got used to the 3% era, 6.36% is a serious reality check.
It's a totally different game.
It means they aren't just looking at the sticker price anymore. They are obsessing over the monthly payment. And moving just one neighborhood over can drastically alter that monthly math.
Which completely shifts the power dynamic. Buyers are taking their time. They're actively cross-shopping 2 or 3 different areas.
And when they do make an offer, they probably expect room to negotiate, right?
Oh, absolutely. Sellers have to recognize that the urgency of 2 years ago is just gone.
Which leaves us with a fascinating dynamic to consider. We talked about the intense summer heat and air quality issues trapped in the valley. And we talked about the push for sprawling suburban space. So as climate factors become more prominent, how long until the deep, mature tree canopies of those historic walkable neighborhoods become the ultimate real estate premium over the sun-exposed, newer builds in the suburbs?
Oh, wow. It is definitely something to weigh when you're projecting the long-term value of your next move.
Absolutely. Thanks for listening to Time to Buy or Sell. If you have questions about real estate in Sacramento, we're here to help. Reach out to us at Weichert Realtors Sierra Pacific Group. That's Weichert Realtors online at wrspg.com or call 916-619-1971.